What's going on, everybody? What's going on? What's going on? This is your uncle, Yafri J. And welcome again, family, to the Uncle's Lounge. If you're viewing this on YouTube, please, sir, please, ma'am, hit like and subscribe. I would really appreciate it. But listen, I wanted to talk today. I really, really wanted to talk today about something that I am seeing that's just absolutely blowing my mind. And I know you're saying, Unc, what is that? I'm going to tell you what it is. I am a civil rights baby. Okay. I came from the civil rights era. I remember Vietnam, the hippies, Black Panthers, the riots, the whole nine. I went to New Utrecht High School. If any of you know about New Utrecht High School in the early 70s, we fought it out with white boys every day, the whole 9 yards. I went through all of that. I've seen a lot. But the thing that's just throwing me off my rocker right now is to see the level of self-hatred from our own people towards our own people. And what's so crazy about it, it's the younger generation. It's not like it's the older generation. It's a lot of the younger people who now have a self-hatred for their own color. For their own color. I mean, I've never seen anything in the earth like it. And they prefer to be white, opposed to being who God made them to be. And it's devastating. Sometimes I have words for things and sometimes I just don't. And in this situation, I just don't. But I want to say this. I do understand it to so many degrees. I'm grateful for Dr. Joyce DeGray, who wrote the book, Post-Traumatic Slave Syndrome. If you ever have a chance, go get the book, Post-Traumatic Slave Syndrome by Dr. Joyce DeGray. It is a wonderful book that breaks down the trauma that slavery caused on our people and the ongoing trauma that we still are going through today, economically, spiritually, image wise, psychologically. It breaks down the whole 9 yards. She just did a wonderful job. And hats off to Dr. Joy. She's a beautiful person. And so we're grateful for that book. So if you get a chance, go look for that book. Go read that book. But I want to give it from a spiritual point of view. But I just want to weigh in from the spiritual aspect. And here's why I'm saying that. Listen, God created man, and we believe that. And some people don't, some people do, whatever. This is my belief. And before God brought you out of eternity into time, he decided who you would be and the color that you would be. There was a decision made. And so if God decided in eternity to make you black and melanin, and he had no problem with it, and he is the creator of all that is and everything that goes into that melanin, and he was the creator of it, and it was some of it was extracted from him. And then to come into this earth out of eternity into time through the birthing canal of a black woman, and then get here and hate the color, the predetermined color that God gave you, because another color said that you were not worthy, you were subhuman, you were all of this and all of that. And that made you want to be them. Okay? That's what it did. It made you want to be them or be in the spaces and the places where they are. Okay? I heard a black man say one time up at Lake Norman, I was up at the lake hanging out, chilling. And I heard a black man say, and all the white folks around, they looked at me like, oh, Jesus Christ. Because they used to call me the Malcolm X up there. They was like, oh, Jesus, we know Jay going to say something. A black man literally opened his mouth in front of all of these white people, think they were impressing him, and didn't realize I had been knowing these people like for, I don't know, 7, 8 years. And he said, literally out of his mouth, he said, you know what? I am a white man in a black body. I said, "Oh, y'all know what? I didn't tell you what I said." I said, "Oh, this here, get around all these white folks, and who was he trying to impress?" And the crazy thing about it, when he said it wasn't like they were in agreement with it. It was like they looked at him like, "Wow, Wow, you really want to be that bad? It was a disrespect. Anyway, getting back to what I was saying, because this is true. But I think spiritually, and I want you guys to hear me, I think spiritually, when you go against what God has made you, and you go against that God brought you into the earth, He made you this color, and He brought you this way for a specific reason, I think from that moment on, it's torment. I think it's torment. I think it's pure torment on that individual who has told God that the color of my skin that you made me is not good enough for me, and I want to be like them. Yeah, like them. Now, who is the them? The them are the ones who tortured your ancestors, bust up great grandma's stomach, took the babies out, tied women to horses, and pulled them apart. Cannibalism, rape, all sorts of wicked and demonic things that, I mean, it's just mind blowing. And yet, as a black person, a melanated person, you want to be them. It's demonic. It is totally demonic. And I'm going to tell you why it's demonic. It's totally demonic. It is totally demonic. And here's why it's demonic. Because what a black person does at that level of self hatred, they have created an idol. And the idol that they created is the white people. They want to be those people. And because they want to be those people, they bow down at the altar and they have made them an idol. And watch this. It's like for some, the self hatred is so deep that they don't even feel good about themselves until they get around those other people. It's just like going to church, right? I'm talking about a real church where you have a problem going on and you go up to the altar for prayer. I'm talking about a real church now. You go up to the altar for prayer and you got one of those preachers that, man of God, woman of God, who, I mean, they walk in the real power of God. And they pray with you and lay hands on you. And the minute that they do, man, you feel the release. You feel the breakthrough, and you walk back to your seat feeling so much better. Well, that's the same thing with them. Watch what I'm getting ready to say. They they are tormented. I don't care what nobody tell me. They are tormented no matter how much they try to fake like they're not, no matter how much they try to walk around and pretend like they're not. They're in torment. And for them, their torment only eases when they're around them other folk. That's the only time it eases. Why? Because they have made those folks their idol and their God. Because what they have done, they have told the true and living Yah that you're not my God. That's what they're saying to him. You're not my God. I don't appreciate what you made me, so I'm about to this God. This is my God now. And I'm going to bow to this God. And that's exactly what they do. And even so, I know I'm going to piss some people off when I say it, but I'm going to go ahead and say it anyway. Sometimes it's good to piss people off, right? Even those who are in these white evangelical churches because they just want to be around whiteness so much, and they're lifting their hands and they're hallelujah, Jesus, we love you. Can I tell you a little secret? And I'm going to piss you off, but I'm going to tell you the truth. How can you lift your hand to Jesus in worship when you literally have denied his creation that is you? How do you do that? How do you worship? Hallelujah. How do you do that? And you, oh Jesus, I love you, Lord. Lord, you're my life. You're my. How do you do that, black man, black sister? And you have literally denied the creation of who you are because he felt that you were good enough to be whoever he made you to be. And now what you do, you get in the presence of him and give him worship and glory because you think you're another individual, another color. It's demonic. And that's what it is. It's purely demonic. You would sell your own soul to be around the folk that brought torment to everything that we are. And then I know those brothers and sisters, well, black people killing each other, all of this stuff. Of course, that's going to be a talking point because that's a part of the idolatry conversation. That's the justification of it. And so I don't care how many black folk have killed black folk or have done black folk wrong. Baby, these people have a record of over 400 years of doing what they do. And when you sit there and can take a little small talking point to justify why you love your enemy so much to portray your own people, it's demonic. So it is. From the spiritual point of view, you're demonic. And some might agree with me and some might not. Well, it's okay. It's fine. But you are demonic. And I'm not saying, listen to me, I'm not saying to those black people, you have a lot of black people who are in relationships with, I'm white folk and all. I'm not talking about all that. I'm talking about those who have totally surrendered their mind, their body, and their souls. And they are black. Some of them are blue black, melanated, who have surrendered their mind, body, and souls over to these folk and then look at their own folk with the same hatred that these folk have. And they use the same talking points that these folks have. Come on. You're demonic. I get what the psychologists say. I get what Dr. Joyce is saying about post-traumatic slave syndrome. I get it. But anytime you can stand with them to fight against your own and you come out of the womb of a blue black mama and your daddy's black and you just can turn and throw all that away just to be around these folks. And let me tell you a little secret that you might not know, but I'm going to break it down to you because I'm old enough. I've seen it thousands of times. So I'm going to help some of you out. When the rubber hit the fan, they will drop you like a hot potato, ninja. They will drop you like a hot potato. Don't you know? They will drop you like a hot potato. All that good sex that you were giving Shirley and Susie, forget about that, bro. Let something go down that's for real. Well, we're coming up on it. You're going to see it in a little while. We're going in that direction. We're literally going in that direction. You can believe one thing, they'll drop you like a hot potato. And you'll find out. And then here's the thing. After a while, you want to come running back to the fold. And I'm going to tell you something. Maybe in the 60s and the 70s, the fold was just a little more forgiving. But the fold is not forgiving no more. The fold is not forgiving. There's going to be, when some things are coming, mark my word. And when it comes, there are going to be so many black people that won't have any camp. They can't go to the white camp because they can't be accepted. And they will not be able to come over to the black camp anymore because of what they've done. It's coming because you made that choice. You made that choice. Why do you hate the color of your skin? Are you kidding me? And to look at another group of people who literally constructed whiteness. It's a construct. That's all it is. It's a construct. But yet you have given all your time and your energy to that construct. And you have literally become a foe to what is naturally you. It's a bad situation. So, hopefully, to my brothers and sisters that hate themselves so much, I hope that you can come out of it. Because 6 or 7 months from now, you're going to be tested. Hear me, you're going to be tested. You're going to be tested. And I hope you can come out of it. Because listen, if God fearfully and wonderfully made you, stick to what he did. Stick to what he did. He didn't make a mistake when he made you. There was no mistakes made. So stick to what he did and keep living your life and get back in the right lane. Love all you guys. Talk to you later.